Sweetie, Irie, in Maggie Agony, what you were looking at here is Chantell's attempts to create realistic fur. I have been working at this for most of what feels like my life, but probably only about 4 days, doing studies. You would have seen some videos and like a couple of shorts and pictures up on the blog or on YouTube. If that's where you're watching this, you would have seen some stuff about me talking about trying to create like realistic fur. And I've nailed it, and this is what I'm going to be working on today. Fur and rosettes. That's what I'm going to be working on while you hang out with me in the studio. Now, I've got to be a good West Indian. I want to greet you with my face, but to do so, I have to turn the camera around, and I've got to break the first rule of like what I think might be content creation, or maybe just YouTube or filming in general. It's once you've set up your camera, moving your camera around. I'm breaking a cardinal rule, but I have to because I'm shooting on one camera today. So I'm gonna gently. You're gonna see hands in front of the lens. I'm gonna gently. Whoops. Let's do it this way. All right. This way is better. I'm gonna gently move you around so you can see me. So let me angle you up over here. I got a little mirror to let me know you can actually see my face, and apparently you can. And you can also see me onions in the back and a lot of other things that I wouldn't necessarily want you to see, but you can see them because this is real. This is real. Let me take another look to see, like, do my onions at least look good? Yeah, my onions look alright still. Okay. Turn you around this way, just a little bit. I'm on one camera, right? I'm on one camera. One. And the reason why I'm on this one camera is because I want to do these hangouts with you, and this is the easiest way for me to execute it and get them out. If I rigged up all my other shit, it wouldn't happen, because then I've got to think about editing and uploading, and it would be all too much. And I'm trying to make life simple. I'm trying to be the kind of entrepreneur that thinks about how things would be simple if I had to execute them, and this is it. We're on one camera today, but it's okay. We're going to be all right. You can see my face. The mirror tells me you can see my face. You probably can see it. Look, yeah, look. You can see my face. Look, you can see my face. What? It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's cool. It's cool. It's fine. So, can we do an exchange? Can we find out how we're doing, right? I'll share with you and you share with me. We will do a check-in. So what I want you to do below in the comments is I want you to tell me one thing you are thankful for this week and one thing you could have done without, right? While you're thinking of yours, I will share mine with you. What is something I could have done without this week? What is something I could have done without this week? Or what am I thankful for this week? Okay. I am thankful that my broader self, source, the God in me, the God, my creator. And when I say God, I don't mean in the religious Bible sense. I mean God in the broader sense, as in universe, as in the consciousness that lives within. I live vibrationally, and so this is where all this is coming from. But as my own creator, that God, the God of me, the God that is in you, your God, my God and your God, different gods, but also one and the same. I digress. So I am very thankful that Source, God, deepest consciousness, inspired me with the wonderful idea of standing up to attempt to work on this textile print, which I will tell you more about when we officially start the hangout. So I posted on the blog about me finally buying myself a drawing board, which has been a wonderful asset. It's just been a wonderful, like, it's a wonderful tool, a wonderful accompaniment to me in the studio. If you want to read about that, I'll put it in the show notes, and then I'll put a link to those blogs where I'm talking about how amazing this drawing board is, how it's been to me. And I just had this idea of like standing up, because I have a lot of problems sitting down. Sitting down is one of the things that it used to be all the things. It's still all the things, standing up, laying down and sitting down. But since whilst I'm in recovery, I found that post-op, I am having a great deal of trouble just sitting like upright, even with support, right? And I was wondering how I was gonna work on this textile print, because it's very big, which again I will talk to you more about when we get started. And then I just had the idea, like, why not just stand up and do it? Why not just stand up and draw, which takes a lot of pressure off my spine anyway. And so I'm very thankful that I had that idea, because I've been having a lovely time doing that. One thing I could have done without this week. This is just, I can't think of anything else, but this is the most current thing. It is wonderfully warm outside. The weather is turning, and that inspires people in the area in which my studio is located, mans, to be playing their music really, really loud. And I don't have the kind of setup here where like it's insulated and I don't get sound from outside. So I could do without that music being so loud that it might be picked up by you. Also, I just remembered I'm not mic'd up. So I could have done without forgetting to be mic'd up. I could have done with that I really wanted to put the mic on today so that there was better sound quality, and I just remembered it. Bother. But yes, let me know in the let me know down below. One thing you're thankful for, and one thing you could have done without this week. It's important for you to feel free to gripe, right? Just because you might be living vibrationally, you understand the importance of having like contrast or negative things happen in your life, you know, just to give you a sense of understanding yourself and deepening your self-awareness and learning lessons. It doesn't mean that you have to be happy about the thing that's happening to you. Those feelings are there for a reason. If something makes you feel bad, you should honor those feelings and just feel bad. It's fine. It's fine. It's part of the contrast. So you're permitted to just gripe in the comments. It's fine. Just, I'm happy to know what it is you want to gripe about. Feel free. So you have about 2 or 3 minutes to go and get yourself a cuppa for this hangout. A snack, a snack, set yourself up, maybe shut the door of your office, the door of your studio, lock it so you got some privacy, you can just hang out with me uninterrupted. Put your headphones in, or even pull out your own work and just have me playing in the background. You've got about 3 minutes, because what I'm about to do is say hello to all the newbies who have never been here before, which might be you. You might not have ever been here before. This could be new to you. You could have just come across the blog and seen this hangout sitting on the post, or maybe it found you on YouTube. Maybe you're new, and if you are, hello, hun. It's wonderful to have you here. Now, I know you don't know what's going on, so let me tell you wagwan. I am Chantell, and me and my business are preparing to reopen our online store with a teeny tiny collection of ladies' super soft, super duper soft luxury boxy tops. And right here and now, you are in the place where everything happens. So I am responsible for designing the collection, the tops. I am responsible for making the patterns. I'm responsible for sewing the garments. And I'm also responsible for designing the textile prints, which are digitally printed onto the fabric. And what you saw at the top, this is one of the textile prints that I'm making. Not necessarily for that launch, but this is just one of the textile prints that I'm working on. So, right here and now, you are in my teeny tiny fashion studio in North London, in the UK, the Magic Zone. And here, I drink tea and I chit chat while I work on things, so that you can feel more comfortable to purchase something from the online store. You can see how things that you like in the online store, how they were made. And I think it helps you feel more comfortable as one of my clients, one of my potential clients buying from me. And also just for you to feel you have a deeper connection with the brand and the person who's making the shit that you like. So, for those of you who are not new and you've been here before, time's out because I'm ready to get started. So we're going to get started with this hangout. So I'm drinking Tetley's Red Bush and vanilla tea, and it is lovely. It's a rooibos tea, and it's lovely. So that's what I'm going to be slurping. No snacks for this one. No snacks. I'm going in dry. Okay, so you know that we can't actually officially jump into the hangout until we have busted the theme tune. So if you're ready, you know, because I'm ready, my stuff is ready, the light's ready, camera's ready, you ready? Okay, we're gonna bust out the theme tune. And something you don't know is I recently, as of a couple of days ago, I spent 10 glorious minutes, magical minutes in bed rewriting a new theme tune. So you wouldn't have heard this one before. It's new. There's new lyrics. And there's like a little soca bat beat. It's gold. What I will do, if I'm able to do so, is I will put the words to this theme tune pinned at the as a top comment, so you can sing along if you want to. And if you're curious as to what the theme tune was before, I will put an episode in the show notes that you can go back to, and you can hear the theme tune being rolled out. So if you're ready, I want to get started. Okay? Yes? Boo-boo. Okay. That was me trying to, like, you know how they got them, like, you know them tuning forks? You know the tuning forks when, like, person hits it and it goes dong, and it helps the vocalist understand which key to start the song in. That's what I was doing. Dong. I was doing it, but for my mouth. Okay. Ready? Wave your rag. 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to another episode of Chantell's Teeny Weeny Fashion Studio. Oh, don't be rude, leave your shoes by the door. She gonna sew, she gonna draw, something you can buy in the online store. You can buy in the online store. You can buy in the online store. Please leave your opinions and your comments and your verdict out of 10 in the comments for that new tune. 10 minutes, 10 minutes of gold. Yeah, I know. Alright. We've officially started the hangout. So I'm gonna turn the camera around because we're ghetto up in here today. And please, I really hope that the this camera is still recording. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if I did all that and I didn't record it? Can you imagine? I would be fucking livid. Alright, so hands in front of the lens again. You're going to see some pink fingers while I move you around. Look. That was alright, isn't it? We are still recording. You're a little bit out of focus though. Ooh. There we go. Hold on. That's what we're trying to do. Let's tighten the phone up. Okay. You can see that, right? Hey up. They're looking for someone. Are they looking for you? Are they looking for you? There we go. It's a bit better, isn't it? For some reason, camera is not focusing. That's what I said when I said, like, you don't move the camera around, because it's like, it's the first mistake, like when you've got everything the way you want it. Let me wheel back. Sometimes the camera has a hard time. Oh, I'm trying not to touch this either with my fingers. Here. Oh. There we go. Yay! Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my pencils out. And get going. There's not much for you to I mean, hold on. Let me pull back and show you where I'm up to with this. You might be able to see it if I pull back a little bit. That's where I'm up to at the moment. So I've put the fur in the two corners, and I started this off today. It's still not exactly like as I want it, but I have my, oh, which you would have seen soon. I have all my studies. Oops, here, look. These are all the studies that I did this week, which you would have seen on here. It does not want to focus for you. It says no. So I'm working off of this to get the effect that I want. So let me just pop you back in here. Sharpen you up a little bit. There we go. Okay, let's move this back a little bit. Right. So I've said this before on one of the hangouts. I normally have, just getting me pencils out. I normally have music playing, right? Because generally I don't, yeah, generally I don't tend to talk all that much on these hangouts, but I will be. I will be today. I will be today because there's no music. So I will be talking to you today. Okay. So yeah, positioning is always the hardest bit when you're in here. I think this is something that like whoops, as an entrepreneur, right? I think like trying to create content, like video content, right? Which is a good idea, but trying to create video content, glasses, looking for my glasses. I still haven't plugged in the audio. You know what? There's not gonna be a mic for this one. So hopefully it'll be alright. Okay. Yeah, as an entrepreneur who creates content, one of the things that I find like really difficult to get my head around is like this. Not hanging out, because I like hanging out. Hanging out is not the problem. It's like oops. That needs cleaning up. Hanging out is not really the problem. The problem is like setting up your lighting and like making sure the camera is okay, and like I can talk if I need to. Like I can talk. Like I'm a person that can waffle for England. That's not a problem. But it's it's just all the other bits that you've got to be good at when you do like video content that kind of get me. And like, you know, it's all necessary shit when you're out here and you're like trying to sell a product, or you're trying to like help people understand how to use what you do. It's all a lot sometimes, you know what I mean? Like it tests. It tests. It's a test for me. Like it tests me, and I feel like I could do without that test. Do you know what I mean? I'm just repositioning you a little bit so that I've got more hand room. Yeah, it's a test, and sometimes it feels a little bit overwhelming, you know? And like, not like I'm trying to necessarily compare myself to other people, but some people out here are making it look really, really simple. Sorry, hands in front of the camera lens again, sorry. I've got to tighten up the camera, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You just see all my fingers, you see my pink fingers, innit? There you go. We'll get there eventually. Alright. Yeah, I do feel a sense of like, not, again, like I said, not comparing myself, but you know what, if I'm honest, I guess I do compare myself to other people. I do compare myself to other entrepreneurs out here who are just making this shit look easy. But it's not. You know what I mean? It's not easy. It's not easy to do all this. Like it's not simple at all. And then you got to think about your mental health, and if you're taking care of yourself so that you can show up to do stuff like this, like so that you can show up to be on camera. Hold on a minute, peeps. I'm having a really hard time not knocking into the camera with my pencil. Oh, that's better. Yeah. My hand's been really shaky lately. But yeah, you got to make sure that like your mental health is okay, you know? That you're keeping a realistic perspective on what you can do in comparison to what others are making look simple. And my mental health is like the most important thing to me in the world. I have spent far too much time meditating, pondering, reading, affirming. Oh shit. Did you see that? Did you see that? See? I've spent like way too long putting all this work in to just like fall down over like video content. And I do think like the social medias, do you know what I mean? That nasty space on the internet. And I say nasty because like I really do feel like social media is a completely different dimension to like normal reality. But it's treated by people with such importance that if you're not careful, right? If you're not careful, you also will start prescribing to the reality of the internet. And you feel this pressure to do what everyone else is doing. And you just lose yourself. Do you know what I mean? You do, you lose yourself. You lose yourself in the videos. You lose yourself in people's picture perfect pictures. You lose yourself in the meticulous organization and beautifulness of other people's studios. You lose yourself in you lose yourself in other people's lives, in the money that they tell you they're making. You just lose yourself in it. You lose yourself completely. Oh, hold on, I'm having a hard time here. I'm having a hard time keeping my hands straight and filming this for you. So, bear with me. For some reason, this camera, that's better. That's better. So can I push you up, right? There you go. There you go. Yeah, you lose yourself, man. You lose yourself completely. And you start turning yourself inside out to be a part of this machine that, like, literally, like Oxford Street, London, like Oxford Street, never sleeps. The internet never sleeps, and therefore it requires your attention 24 hours a day. And that, like, social meds, whoosh, that social meds, man. Drive your potty. Drive your potty. Like, I'm on Twitter now. I've limited myself down to just like one place on the internet where you find me. I mean, there's also TikTok. You can find me on TikTok. But I'm not like, oops. I'm not like present over there. yeah, I'm on TikTok, and I've found that what I enjoy about that space, which is TikTok, sorry, Twitter, is I just like being part of the conversation over there. I don't really post anything that's going on, because I feel like it wouldn't be appreciated if I post anything over there. So I'm just really there to be part of the conversation. And there are some cool people that I follow over there. And that's it, really. I found that the more I listen to my feelings when it comes to executing certain things for my business, when I listen to my feelings, because at the end of the day, you know, every business is run by either one person or a group of people that are just trying to figure out and navigate life, right? And they also happen to sell a product or a service or have some kind of brand, but they're still trying to navigate life and what it means to be a full functioning adult, what it means to be the best version of themselves. They're still out here having these normal everyday conversations with themselves. Oh, my hand can't do that. Normal everyday conversations with themselves, right? And they're trying to have like the #1 leading most bought toilet paper in the UK. They're still trying to become profitable, talking about something that they are passionate about. And what I found in my experience is a lot of you goes into your business. Just looking at that to see if the fur is going in the direction in which I want it to go. Looks about right. There's a lot of you, whoops. I can't get the angle of this thing here. I think maybe because I'm sitting down. Hang on, let me stand up. Oh, that is better. There is a lot of you that goes into your business, right? And in my experience, and this is just my experience, you'll have to let me know if you agree in the comments. In my experience, anything that you crack the code on in terms of your perspective, your approach, your lifestyles, the decisions you make, the people you have around you, anything you crack the code of in those areas gently filters down into the decisions and the moves you make. Oh, that's better. I had to stand up. Sorry, I got excited and I cut myself off making the point. But I had to stand out. That's why I wasn't getting the flow. I wasn't getting the flow of the fur, right? Oh, whilst I'm here, let me talk you through this. If you haven't yet if you didn't watch the previous hangout, I'll come back to my mindset thinking in a second. Hold on. So what I'm doing is I'm drawing the fur, leopard fur, and it's a print featuring leopard rosettes. It's inspired by a product that I used to sell in my online store. And if you would like to see that product and to see my reference photos and my progress and my thinking around turning that product into a textile print, and I sound very vague in it, I'll leave a link in the show notes. It was a print for a product that I put together manually, and I've always thought I wanted to turn it into an actual like full-blown textile print. It does sound weird, isn't it? Like I put two pieces of fabric together to form one print, but it was made out of different layers of fabric, and I always thought it would be cool to try and turn that into one continuous print. And I've got pictures, and I go into a bit more of explanation on the blog, so I'll put a link in the show notes to where you can find that post. So you can go to my website, which is also my online store, which is Bancroft / Shantell's Studio Hangout episode 15, or if you are watching anywhere else other than the blog, so if you're watching on YouTube or anywhere else, you'll find a link to the show notes in the description below wherever you are tuning in to today's hangout. Yeah. So in my experience, anything that you're working on internally will show up in 1, 2, maybe 3 different like areas of your decision making for your business. And once you've sought those dilemmas out in your personal life, you'll probably be more aware of them, or like you'll be more aware of situations where like those personal dilemmas are showing up, not in the same way obviously in your personal life, like in your business to your personal life, but you'll find that you're having to make the same kind of like considerations. It just comes back because like, especially if you're the only person in your business, or even if you have a team of people, you're doing something you may not have done before, and it's asking you that particular, I mean, if this is the case, if it is something you've not done before, then those situations are asking you to be resourceful, and they're kind of like asking you to lay out how it is you process a problem. And if that particular problem has you feeling inadequate, completely fucking clueless, a unbelievable sense of lack, feeling alone, feeling pressured to perform anything, right? Then I'm like, in my experience, or I mean, I feel confident to say I'm certain that those triggery situations are coming about because they are emulating things in your personality that you haven't quite dealt with yet, or you're actively dealing with, you know? And so how could you not be affected by those things in your personal life, but like in your business, when those same situations come up, how can you not be again affected or triggered? You know what I mean? How could you not be using those personal situations to help you guide decisions in your business? How can you not? Because it's you. Like, as an entrepreneur, I can quite confidently say that I do not switch off from thinking about my business at the end of the day. I just don't do it. My brain doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. I'm constantly marinating, chopping up, laying out, reconfiguring, standing from a different perspective on anything that's going on, you know, that I've been trying to execute. My brain just doesn't shut down like that. It can't. It can't shut down like that because I care. I'm the person who cares about if this thing happens or not. It begins and it ends with moi. And like, you can't just switch off like that. Follows you. And if it can follow you like that, you know what I mean? If it can follow you from your place of business, like into whatever motor vehicle you take to get home, right? Into your yard as you walk up the stairs of your home, when you're taking off your clothes to get into like your lounge clothes, your house clothes. If that same problem can follow you all the way through your day, right up until you go to bed, you can't tell me, you cannot, you cannot tell me you have the power to just turn that off. It's like it's beyond you. But weirdly enough, right, and at least I know for me, that kind of shit is what drives me to want to do my own thing in the first place. That's what drives me. I really enjoy. I don't take for granted being in a position to be able to even be bothered to think about something other than bills, you know? It's a privilege to know what you want to do in life and feel like you have a way to be able to execute it, even just a little bit. But that being said, I still think it's super important to also recognize that even though, yes, we do think about our work all the time and we do love what we do, we have a responsibility to our bodies and our brains to find a way to systematically, intentionally, purposely switch off. I don't know about this fair. It's not quite going the way I planned. It's not quite doing what I want it to do. I don't know if it's because I'm chatting or if it's just because of the angle of the pencil. I'm trying to like, because it's such a huge piece, right? It's the largest pencil piece I've ever done. And I'm trying really hard to make all the fur flow and come down diagonally. And it's such a big piece that, like, if this was small, I'd be able to, like, I'd have everything, like, everything would be here. And then I'd be able to execute the fur easily. But because it's so big, I'm having to be mindful that this has to make sense the further you stand away from it. And I'm just finding it difficult. I'm finding it a challenge to keep the weight of my pencil the way I want it. Hang on, let me not talk for a minute. Let me not talk for like 1 minute. See if I can get this back on track. It's like my pencil just doesn't want to perform for me today. It might be because I'm chatting to you. It is not easy to hold a conversation and concentrate at the same time. I've been doing it for a while, right? But it's not easy to do. So I find myself having to decide what it is I'm going to do for these hangouts and what I'm not going to do. But I think also a part of me really, I'm trying very hard to not be overwhelmed by how big this piece is, because honestly it is a little overwhelming, and I really want to do a good job, right? I want to do a good job for 2 reasons. And this is the same thing that I was talking about before, about like about your personality seeping into your business. Like, I want to do a good job at demonstrating my artistic skills, right? That's on my head. That is something I really want to do. I want to do right. I want to do well by me. That's in my head at the moment. I also really want to produce a textile print that you would feel excited to go into your wardrobe and wear for that day. So my garments are like perfect for entrepreneurs who are the face of their brand and who want to feel comfortable and who want peace of mind when they are getting dressed for an appearance, and they wish to wear something that really expresses their personality, their loves, what they're passionate about, what they value, what makes them smile, you know? And so I keep that in mind when I'm creating, because I pour all of my passion into my work. And if you love the subjects that I choose to make art about, then I feel like we're probably very similar on why we like that subject matter. And I just want to really bring that out. I think I'm going to move this line up a little bit. Move this up a little bit. That one feels a little too heavy. So yeah. If you want to see what the collection looks like before the relaunch, you can find a link in the show notes. I have a page on the website. Let me turn this around. This might be easier for me. You can still see, right? Yeah. There's a page on the website where I have a picture of all the samples that I made. There's information about the collection, where I'm at in the process. So if you're interested in just getting to see what it is that the garments that will eventually have this print at some point, or at least the garments that will have this print in the future, and also my other print, Mamona, that's what I call her, Mamona. You can go over and you can check that out. Like I said, you'll find a link in the show notes. Yeah, hold on. I'm just noticing this up. I think my hands. I think I'm a little bit. I think I'm a little bit in my head about this. The thing is, right? I can only make a certain amount of marks on the paper, and then the paper's marked, and the pencil that I'm using is quite hard, and I need it to be hard so that I can get this technique down. Yeah. Hold on, let me have a little look at my reference. Let me bring that down here for a second. Oh, so this is my reference. Well, this is my study. I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to do that, but that does not look like that. It doesn't. I feel like the lines need to be closer together. Huh, okay. I'm glad I brought that down here. Okay. Okay. So yeah, in the comments, let me know how you feel about what I was talking about. If you think that, like, if you feel like your entrepreneurial journey is being, like, definitely being governed by your, like, your mental health journey. Can we call it a mental health journey? By your mental health, if you find, like, that your decision making is coming from the same place, or if you disagree, again, go ahead and let me know. You might be one of those weirdos that are able to compartmentalize everything and has got a really, really good balance and grip on life and never has any, like, intrusive thoughts of any kind, always on the ball, no excuses, hits every deadline. You might be one of them bastards. You might be one of them ones. And if you are, feel free to go into the comments and let us know where we're failing in life. And let us know. Alright, so yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. It's definitely I think once I kind of spread everything out a little bit, I think once I start going outwards, this may look better. I think at the moment, because everything's very concentrated in the middle, it will work. And I get out of my head because I'm just so, like, I'm so in my head at the moment with this. And yeah. Once I can, like, give myself a little, like, headspace from this, because my lines have been janky, man. Not janky like in a terrible way janky. Do you know what I mean? Not janky like, oh my god, what are you doing, Janky? But just like, there's no uniformity, even though fur doesn't have uniformity. There's no uniformity, and I think that's something I'm going to have to clean up. But I reckon once I get myself out of my head and I find a way to put this fur in, do you know what I'm saying? Like, once I because I'm just not, at the moment, I'm just so in my head. I can feel it. As I'm talking to you, I can feel myself being like, what if you put the line though in the wrong place? And also, like I said, it's so big and I'm trying to bring this fur down and have some kind of direction. It is definitely throwing me. But I'm like, once I say to myself, like, fuck it. Let's have like a minute of fuck it. Hold on, look. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Better. Better, much better. All right, listen. Before we wrap up, I want to let you know that if you want to hang out with me again, you can do so. There's lots of studio hangouts up on actual YouTube. You can find them under the playlist Shantell's Studio Hangout, and you can watch the previous hangout. I'll put the links to that in the show notes. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the week. And by the time I come back round to me and you hanging out again, I would have like conquered this space right here. I would have conquered it. I would have conquered it. Make sure that if you want to receive the Thursday 3, that you go to the show notes and find out what it is. I'll tell you what it is. I'm not even going to tell you what a Thursday 3 is. Just go to the show notes and you'll see the Thursday 3. Go check it out. And if you like the idea of it, sign up to it. I'm not even going to tell you about it now. And if you want to reach out to me ASAP, let me know if you're enjoying like the hangouts, or like if you think I should have, actually no, I don't want any no, just let me know you enjoying the hangouts, and if you intend to come back. You can find me on the Twitters at Bancroft, ShantBancroft, and I will see you honey sweetie Irie in another episode. Please remember though, before you go, please remember that you are made from the stuff of stars. The stuff of stars, darling. So from whomever or wherever has stolen your peace of mind, go ahead and teeth it right back.